Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. Taken from about the 12. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a peek at a guy with a lot of experience. His 9th year now in the NFL under center.
And there's really no underestimating or downplaying the incredible regular season he had throwing the football. When you throw for over 5,000 yards, that's a monster season. He's got an offense that's certainly capable of doing damage in the postseason as well. But he also understands that defense tends to win championships in the playoffs. He wants to find a way to set that aside and advance his team.
Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're just...
They go play action here on first down. And this one is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw again.
He'll drop this down to Williams. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Back to throw again. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And it's now 3-0 Texans. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit. So every point is precious.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here come the Bengals. And CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And he is going to lose yardage here. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Texans are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shaw. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They run. It's Williams. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Up the middle they go. It's Graham. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. They run it again with Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Targets Miller here on the out route. He's got him.
And down inside the 15 he goes. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bengalsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Looking left side, he's got it, complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he will find his man on the outside. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. And they go play action now. Burrow. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
One of the league's best linebackers, he ended that play almost before it began, and the running back absolutely overmatched no matter what he tried to do.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Here's Burrow. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Multiple defenders there to tap him for a loss of 4.
Well, they got to take it on the last drive with an interception. How about this sack as a terrific follow-up? And that keeps pressure on this offense, and it could force them into more rushed decisions or another turnover.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. And now out comes Houston.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one. And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. He finds his man, complete. It's Shaw. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Now a give up the middle to Williams.
And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They go play action with Burrow. Going long here for Wallace. And got his man complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance traveled or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it. But he sure made it look easy there.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal.
To the air again, Burrow. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Miller. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams.
And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, when receivers were running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Williams. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A 5-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line.
So that challenge, a successful one.
On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in as his guys are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded right around the 8. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculate it because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Burrow. He finds his man, complete. It's Zimmerman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
First down. Here's Burrow. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10. Burrow. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And Burrow going to throw again. He gets it to Thomas. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 43. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. On 1st down, Zimmerman. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no comeback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 31-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Here we go. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Now here's a throw. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Burrow's throw caught there by Wallace. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he pulls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Bengals are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Throw left side complete. That's Barton. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Back to throw again. Screen play set up for Williams. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Barton. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 25-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And his kick here is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
As that ball got away from him, he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this 1st half. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We had great action yesterday, and this, the first of 3 more games coming at you here on Wildcard Sunday. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to yesterday's AFC wildcard game. And you can see the result there. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for the Bengals. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. And meanwhile, for the Texans, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these 2 teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Bengal offense ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
On third down, Burrow. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Shaw. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And convert on third with a gain of 22. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Second and 9 now. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Barton. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13. Down to the 13. First and 10 in the red zone.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. They'll set up to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And they're able to add on to their advantage. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts, passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Burrow will throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Burrow. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard
situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. The punt team on now. Is from their end zone. They get it away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On the counter, here's Williams. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. Miller on the catch over the middle.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Shaw.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
On 2nd down, Williams. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Williams is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Burrow. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. 3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Now this one complete on the slant route. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Zimmerman. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
Houston set to take over.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Open man, here's Foster. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. The Texans on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 6. He finds his man, complete. It's Barton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Off the draw, here's Williams. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Texans continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This one fielded at the 5. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He's able to find Wallace.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Burrow. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Burrow, he gets it to Thomas. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 23. Burrow looking to pass. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Zimmerman. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now it's Burrow. Forced out to...
Now Burrow loses the football.
It's a foot race. He's at the 50. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. A give to Williams, running right.
He'll get this down to the 38.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it with Williams. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And incomplete on the deep ball. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here 1st and 10
at the 41-yard line. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. First down. Here's Burrow. And he's got his big tight end here.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Throwing now. Burrow on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Looking to throw again on second down. Burrow.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. And his kick is good. And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Texans offense set to regain possession. And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Holding offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And somebody...
The Texans are moving on as we say so long, everybody.
The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And we get a glance at their leader in the huddle, the veteran, in his 9th season now in the league.
And he more than did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2, but his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Now Williams. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. Third and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the third play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3 and out and did just that. Back to throw now on first down.
Targets Miller here on the out route. He's got him. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. Just not enough time to throw the football. And he is going to have a Texans first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. And I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, and I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Shaw. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's first and goal. Williams. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Williams will try again. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So as they take it over, we step aside. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. after here coming up. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. And a glance here at the veteran who will be leading them. Now in his 8th year in the NFL.
And if he and his guys want to spring the upset here in the second round and move on, they've got to focus on the good that they did in the wild card victory. At the top of that list, protecting the football. Got a little careless last week. A few got away from it. Might not be so fortunate this time around. And if that's the case, they'll end up going home.
They'll start with the option. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Nash. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time.
And the Texans will take over.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Completion left side to Miller.
2nd down and 7.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. And hauled in by the tight end Miller.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Shaw. And he's dropped out of the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10.
someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive, he comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And the Texans are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. They run it again with Williams. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal. They'll set up a throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. They go play action here on first down. Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Nine yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. Back to throw. Nash. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. To throw on second down. Nash looking for Godwin. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on third down. Nash, open man is Godwin. It's complete.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw again. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Back to throw again. He sets to fire deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10.
And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We saw these guys have some big plays in their wild card win last week, and they're certainly going to need to continue to put up plays like we just saw there if they hope to continue to move on in these playoffs.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And it's a Titans touchdown from 6 yards away.
And the Titans have cut it back within a score. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Extra point up and through. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
And the Texans set to come onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Flushed out right, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Here's a 2nd and 7. Throw left side taken in by Miller. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Again, it's Williams. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Barton.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up, because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25.
They try the left side here with Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this is incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll set up to throw. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Back to throw here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game, as his guys are able to extend their lead. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And the result, a Houston touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there? Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a 1st down now, playing behind the sticks.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Off play action. Nash. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
All right, partner, deuce is wild on this sequence. 2 plays, 2 sacks, and now 2 points thanks to the safety. Offensively, there just didn't seem to be much of a plan when they came out on attack. That let the defense create a little chaos up front and set up one of their guys to make a play and get through and record the sack.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. It's taken to the 26. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Williams. Oh, he shifts past him. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 81 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. He covered a lot of ground, great blocking, and now they can sniff that end zone.
They certainly can, and because of that run, maybe you come back and fake it to him on this play and throw a little play action. Someone should break wide open.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Looking to throw. Touchdown! A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Texans continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now for the point after. And that one makes this a 19-point game. 5 plays there on that drive. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now the Titans getting set to go. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Nash finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Now a dump off here complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. The throw over the middle taken in. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And quickly they get to the line. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Well, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now back to throw. Escaping, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right, and he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Looking to throw on second down. Nash, he'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. He finds his man, complete. It's McKinney. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup, as we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This, the first of 4 divisional round matchups coming up this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs matching up with the Las Vegas Raiders. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Titans. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Texans, we check out their numbers on the ground, as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second. Now a hit and a loose football.
And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over. 2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
On now is the Titans punter, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here, as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. On 2nd down, Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return, and it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over. Houston's offense taking over again. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
He finds his man, complete. It's Barton. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
91 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A toss to the wide side. This is Williams. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
He finds his man, complete. That's Shaw.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. 33 yards as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the #1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Something tells me you and I are going to be there. Extra point right down the middle, and that will bump the lead up to 26. So that drives 7 plays in length, and the result, a Houston touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Titans now just about ready to take over. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
To throw on 3rd down. Nash trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. On now is the Titans punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. Really solid effort for him right now. 3rd quarter, already 4 touchdown passes. How many can he get here?
That remains to be seen, but I know one thing. You and I will be here to watch, and I'm not going anywhere. With what he's doing in this contest, I'm not missing a minute of it. This guy's been spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team game, but sometimes these individual performances are fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes they just kind of come to the front, despite the fact, as you said, we know it's all about the team, but the way he's playing, he's trying to make his team win on his back.
Yeah, it's been exciting. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Off the draw, here's Williams.
And he'll work down inside the 45.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Out come the Titans now. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Throwing to start the drive. Nash. Over the middle, complete. It's McKinney. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. On first down, Nash. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Nash. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Well, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The Titans on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Back to throw. Nash. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McKinney. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the 2nd half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he is going to get this close to the 1st down markers. He's brought down at the Titans 34. 116 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And some room to work. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. 34 yards. And the Texans are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think and the Texans are moving on as we say so long, everybody.
to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll look to throw here. They complete it. And right away, he lost the football. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body.
And the Raiders are going to get the football back at their own 17.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense.
And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though. He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The Raiders offense ready to go.
And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now left side on the swing pass. So he stopped for no gain. And it's second down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, big plays have been a hallmark of this offense all season, so there was no reason to think that it wouldn't continue here in this title game. Obviously, the magnitude of the event, not getting to them early.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
He's been fortunate in one sense. I mean, he's thrown the 2 interceptions. That's not fortunate. The good news is haven't led to points on either one of those picks. So a fresh start here, 1st and 10.
And they'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a 1st down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The official's letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the 1st quarter.
2nd and 2. And he fires one incomplete.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
It's 1st and goal, a chance for the first points of this AFC title bout.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. From 3 yards out.
And the Texans are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play, partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more, but this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Second and 1. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. A good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. This is Hood on the ground. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. They run again with Hood. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. They'll drop to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great effort there. 41 yards. And the Raiders are within an extra point of tying up this ballgame. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And now out comes Houston.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. And in the run-up to this championship game, so much was made about how would this offense hold up on the road in a hostile environment. Well, that's not the definitive answer, but what a great first answer from them, that big play right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Back to throw again. And this is going to be incomplete. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. They'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
Taken at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because
and here's another interception, the third of this first quarter.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll drop to throw. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter.
And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 41.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports.
Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here,
as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. They run here with Hood, and able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. They'll set up to throw. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But it certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Finds Hill on the crossing route, complete.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider 1st.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 19.
On the carry, it's Hood.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They certainly did a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Looking to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Well, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. In this offense, they got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
2nd and long. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Throw left side complete. That's Shaw. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Williams. And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Again, it's Williams. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Barton. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 45-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. He'll look to throw. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. They're going to look to throw. Finding Miller once more, complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. On this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Shaw. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Open man, here's Foster. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Man open left side. It's Williams. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a fourth down. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. AFC title game, second quarter action, 2 minutes to play. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily to look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. And he'll just get rid of it. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying...
And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they are into field goal range now as he's got the first down at the 26. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one is right through. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3?
In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that Lamar Hunt trophy and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the NFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the Detroit Lions doing battle with the Seattle Seahawks. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Taking it about the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year, and they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. They'll look to throw. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And they are able to add on to their advantage. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Hood, able to slither by. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hood, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. Nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he stopped immediately there. Here's 2nd and 10.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Gets this one to Hill. And they're going to get this up to midfield. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Gain of 7. Brings
Up the middle they go. Hood. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 49 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line.
They'll try the left side. Melvin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Hood. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Hood. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. They'll set up a throw. This is caught, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw. And nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now a give, right side. Hood. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Back to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Raiders have got it back to within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we have put our best foot forward in the 1st half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Now comes the kicking team here for the extra point.
It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
On play action, they'll throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Barton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Shaw. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And he comes back with one complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the 4th quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. The offense on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw here. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that, but that would have been a big play. but he could not pull it in.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
And what a pressure spot for both sides, really. But they're at home now. They have the football here in the playoffs, sort of controlling their own destiny.
It's a spot they've all dreamed of. This is where you want to be. Home, have the ball, a chance to win the game, control your own destiny, as you noted. But here's the thing. Don't let the crowd get too involved if you're this team. You've got to make sure you let them carry you, but not cause you to do things out of what you're supposed to do, right? Take you away from focusing and concentrating on the game.
Because sometimes you get so amped from the crowd that can carry you into spots you don't want to be. Is that what you're saying?
From experience, sometimes that crowd gets so involved in it and you get involved with them that you end up making plays or trying to do things that maybe you shouldn't have done.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. On 2nd down, Hood. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. He is going to find Hill here.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
They'll run on 1st down. Hood. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2nd and 11. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 29-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. It's Hill, complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Holding offense.
He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. He's going to go for a big play downfield.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big play that time on the catch and run. 38 yards.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Hood.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll set up to throw. Touchdown, Raiders! A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders have taken the lead here now in the 4th quarter of this championship game. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw to the defense. They have no answer for that right there.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 4-point game. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Houston set to take over. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the 4th quarter, this possession gigantic. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, that's caught by Miller. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. On the option to give to Williams here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They run it again with Williams. Oh, good move. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as he gets this to the Raiders' 43-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 10 more there and another 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back to throw now on 1st down. It's complete to Williams. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. 2nd and 6. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
He'll drop to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. A pretty big play now in this AFC Championship. 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shaw. Touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans have taken the lead here in this AFC title game.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and zero relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part one is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Important extra point up and through. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. Well, now how about this return? And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So the Raiders now down 27-24. At time, a huge factor. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. He's back to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Again, he'll drop to throw. And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Now a give right side. Hood. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is indeed good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the save calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Now back to throw.
And that's caught by Williams. On an excellent tackle there as they keep him inbounds and hold him to no gain.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime.
Well, 4 quarters couldn't decide a winner, and now we're back underway for the right to hoist that Lamar Hunt trophy. And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, CD, certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it after the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs. Patrick Mahomes and KC, they scored first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football. People hated that. Now if the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
On 2nd down now. Hood. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
99 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
A good opening drive so far here in overtime, looking to put the pressure on with a touchdown. It's 1st and 10.
They'll set up a throw. And that's going to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Wow, Charles, that doesn't just take points off the board. That takes a win off the board.
So now you have to regroup because you've gone from celebrating what you think is a win to trying to figure out how to do it again and make it a win.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Here's the Raiders punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right in the yard. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got a man. Complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 32 on the play.
Well, if you're a fan of offensive football, this game is for you because this one's been much more like a tennis match
than a football game. Back and forth, and there's another example right there of another big play in the passing game.
All they need is a field goal. Any kind of score here on this second drive would be a game winner. It's 1st and 10.
They give it to Williams, running right. A beautiful fake. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Open man is Miller. He's got it.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light still on for him.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll drop to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
The ball on the 8. Still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Well, partner, recent conference championship games that have been needed to decide who goes to the Super Bowl. What do you got?
Well, if we go back to 2015, how about Green Bay at Seattle? And it looks like Green Bay's got this thing. Russell Wilson to Jermaine Kearse. That gets it done. And then go back to 2010. We think Brett Favre with the Vikings has the destiny, but they're at New Orleans. It's the Saints. And they get it done. And in overtime, go on to the Super Bowl. And they won now, and they beat the Colts, correct?
Yep. A couple of the more memorable ones for sure. Well, a Lombardi trophy would be nice to hoist. They have to hold off for that for a little bit. Right now, the Lamar Hunt has to feel good to hold.
Oh, it's got to feel great for them. And remember, Lamar Hunt helped create the American Football League, which became, of course, in most part, the American Football Conference. And he's the one who gave us the name Super Bowl.